Gleam Davis is the mayor pro tem of Santa Monica and has lived in Santa Monica for 26 years.
Thanks for watching Vote 2012. Gleam, thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Let's ask a hard question. What do you think the city's response should be when a homeless person is harmlessly ranting on a street corner, disturbing the peace of the neighborhood, but not really hurting anyone?
Well, I think the city's response should be that we need to address the safety and security of everyone. Even if someone doesn't appear to be dangerous at the time, we need to make sure that people feel comfortable on our streets. That's why we have the HELP team, which is this wonderful partnership between our police officers and social service agencies who, when we encounter individuals who are having these problems or when their problems are reported, we can go out, investigate, and make sure they aren't a danger to anyone or to themselves, and perhaps get them in a situation where we can get them connected with services.
All right, a controversial issue. Let's talk about the airport. Do you think it should be closed down, and how would you do that?
Well, I think we need to be very careful here. And the reason I say that is the city tried to close the airport in 1981. It resulted in litigation. And as a result, we ended up with the 1984 settlement agreement, which we're still living with and which many people complain about. But in 2015, that agreement will expire. And if by that time we haven't figured out a way to make permanent, lasting changes to operations at the airport that make it a much, much better neighbor, then yes, I think we should very much consider closing it. And I think at that point in time, we'll have the legal authority to do so.
Just out of curiosity, does the airport supply revenues to the city?
The airport's pretty much revenue neutral. There is some loss of funds, mostly because we subsidize a lot of the tenants on the non-airport land. But once the 2015 agreement expires and we have more flexibility about what to do with the land, then that land could, in theory, become a net positive to the city's coffers.
Santa Monica has become increasingly upscale while the city government builds subsidized housing. Do you think this contributes to polarization in the city like it has in other cities in this country?
I don't think so. I think that one of the wonderful things about Santa Monica is our great economic, social, and cultural diversity. And I think what really strikes me is that how well we all get along. I do think we need to be sensitive to the fact that if we are going to continue to encourage people to live in Santa Monica of all walks of life and of all resources, then we need to make sure that we have places for them to eat, to shop, to recreate, that sort of thing. We don't want to turn Santa Monica into Beverly Hills by the sea.
Yes. Encouraging private business employees to use public transportation is a common way. It's a good way to reduce traffic and congestion in the downtown area. However, for many restaurants and movies, the people who work there are very young. They're minimum wage, and they work till after the last bus has run at night. How can the city accommodate these employees and the businesses that make downtown a vibrant nighttime attraction?
Well, we need to look for more ways to fund increased transportation. One of the things I think is very important is that every person who lives in Santa Monica, whether it's in one of our single-family home districts like Sunset Park or in one of our more dense districts like the Wilshire, Montana area, should be able to hop on a bus and go somewhere else in Santa Monica to enjoy a meal, go to a movie, or see a friend. Once Exposition Line comes, the extension of Metro into Santa Monica, that will run later hours. And I think it will be very important that our bus service do that as well to make sure everyone can get around safely and easily.
Speaking of buses, the bus fares for senior citizens have doubled in recent years. And isolation is one of the major causes of depression that bothers many seniors. What can the city do to enhance their mobility and thus include them in more activities?
Well, we still subsidize bus passes for the seniors. They have doubled, but they still pay less than the average transit rider. More importantly, we're increasing our alternate transit programs for seniors. I'm very proud of the fact that the city just got a $500,000 grant to increase our door-through-door service, which not only drops the senior at the curb in front of his or her home, but actually helps the senior get into the home, for example, carrying groceries or parcels or anything they've purchased on a shopping trip. So I think that's very important because it'll allow more seniors who have mobility issues to age longer with grace and dignity in their own homes.
Thank you very much, Gleam.
Thank you.